Hey, welcome back guys. So today on this video, we are talking about your HoneyBook, and more specifically, I'm going to quickly answer a question I keep getting a lot on my other video, and that is, how do you create an invoice in HoneyBook? So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off guys, real quick video, not too many steps involved, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video. But why would you want to create an invoice in HoneyBook anyways? Well, that's pretty easy. If you're running an online business, you know that sometimes your customers won't pay you until they get a physical invoice, or at least a PDF. Whatever the case is, it's a pretty easy process. It's handled here in your HoneyBook. Check my video description. I'll try to leave the written instructions there as well. But I've already logged into my HoneyBook, and this is the home screen. Now here on the home screen, if you want to create an invoice, here on the top right, you're going to click on this blue New button. Once you do that, you'll see a drop-down menu, and you want to click here on Invoice. Okay, the cool thing about HoneyBook is they have a lot of different templates set up for different invoices. You can do that, but usually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just click on blank invoice here on the top left. Once you do that, you're going to see two options, standard invoice. So if you're just billing one time, you're going to use that. If it's some sort of a recurring service, then you can choose recurring invoice. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and choose standard invoice. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and name the project. If you're already working in a project, you can click right here and then just grab an existing project. For me, I'm going to create a new project, and let's say that we're going to go ahead and do fitness, food, YouTube channel. Okay, and then we're going to save file. Okay, here we can go ahead and start creating our invoice. So up here on the top right, it's going to show your contact information for your company. And then here we're going to go ahead and just start clicking in. Here you can go ahead and just start adding in a customer. Okay, I just typed in their name. Here, okay, here you can go ahead and add a PO number if your customer has one. Issue date, usually that's going to be for today. The payment due, we're going to set that up in just a minute. Okay, and we're going to scroll down. Okay, so here is where we can set up the pricing. So first off, we're going to go ahead and add a service item. So let's say this is going to be a YouTube consultation. Okay, and then you can go ahead and enter a description. So 1 month content creation ideas and implementation. Okay, and then here you're just going to go ahead and move through. So we're going to do quantity 1, and we're going to do 1 month. Unit price, let's say this is $9.99. If there's sales tax on this, you can go ahead and add that there. Okay, so now we have one service. And if you're going to add another service, you can click right here, add a new service. And let's say we're going to do Twitter marketing. Okay, and then we just do the same thing. We'll do unit price for a month. You can add a description, get your Twitter rolling, and then the price, let's say this is $4.99, and same thing if you want to add a tax. And as you can see, it just automatically starts calculating here at the bottom. Now, if you have a discount, you can go ahead and add that in here. So let's say maybe this is 25% off. So if you're discounting your services, I would highly recommend you use the discount button right here. Because what happens is sometimes your customers, if you just discount the price and put it in here, so let's say $375 off this, and we just name this $625 instead of putting $9.99, they're not really going to feel like they got a discount. So always use the discount button if that's something they're going to offer. And you can see the grand total right here. And then as far as the payment plans, you can go ahead and arrange this. So I don't really want a payment plan. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the second payment. Okay. And then I'm going to correct this to 1,123. And I'm issuing this invoice today. So it's not due today. So let's go ahead and give them a week. So I'll go ahead and do a custom date, and let's go ahead and push this out to the 23rd and save. So they have 1 week to pay. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and customize this. So as you click into the invoice over here to the right, you're going to see this pop up, click on design. And here you can edit the color and layout. So let's say background color, it's white. Let's maybe turn it this really angry red. Okay. And then we can add padding. So let's make the padding a little bit larger, or you can make it really small. So that has to do with the top and bottom. So you can see it increases in size and color. I like the large. And let me close this down, edit color, and jump over to show and hide header fields. So maybe I don't want to display my company details, so I'll close that down. Now you can see my company does not appear here on the top left. So to kind of play around with it, you know, depending on what your business is or what you like aesthetically. Okay, and lastly, what you want to do is go ahead and rename this. So it says default invoice, but this is going to be my YouTube consult invoice. So that way when I get another client, I don't really need to type all this out again. I can just simply reuse this. Okay, now once you're ready to go ahead and send it, what I'll normally do is up here on the top right, click on this little link button. Next to the app, do you want to go ahead and create a link available to all project participants? Go ahead and create a link. Okay, quick second later, you're going to see this right here. So you can go ahead and just copy the file link, and let me show you what that looks like. Okay, now it's asking me to provide an email. So this gives it an extra layer of security. I usually don't use this, so I've actually forgot to turn it off. I'm going to jump back here to the invoice, and then right here, client authentication, require your client to enter an access code when logging into this file. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Now this is warning you, letting you know that other people are going to get access to this particular invoice if you turn this off. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to click on remove, and let me copy this file link and open it up once again. Okay, this is asking for a code once again because I grabbed the wrong link. So this link right here is only available to participants inside of that particular project. If you want a view only link right here, click here, copy view only link. Okay, so here is our invoice right here. So once they receive this link, they're going to see the invoice right here, along with everything that we typed out, and they can print it out by clicking up here on the top right. They can print page or save it as a PDF. And if you've set up payments inside your HoneyBook, they can actually make a payment directly through the invoice. So there you have it, guys. If you're wondering how to create an invoice inside of your HoneyBook, that's the easiest way I know how to do it. If you know an easier way, be sure to leave a comment below. Let the rest of us know how you did it. Hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.